you can introduce yourself, Connor, and after you present, we will ask you a few questions.
I can work with that. So, hello everybody. My name is Connor Holton. I'm coming from Connecticut. So what I've got for you guys is that I've actually got some physical models. So what I want to show you guys what I've got as a birthday present. I built the DeLorean, introducing the DeLorean Time Machine. It's pretty cool, huh? So actually what I'd like to show you is that I actually noticed that the front wheels aren't as accurate with the movie, because the DeLorean has small wheels in the front and big wheels in the back. So I'm going to show you is that I'm actually going to take this wheel off the car, and I'm going to take the tire off, and I'm going to put the smaller tire on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tire back in, and boom. So that's one small tire. So the whole thing why I'm showing this to you guys is because I want to make this car more movie accurate, because I want to do like a better job of what Lego did. And it's a pretty cool model. In fact, in April it was out of stock. So I'm very lucky to have this model, and I'm very happy, and I'm very fortunate to present it to you guys. So I could show you what I've been doing. So I can show you guys what I've been doing. So there we go. We got one small wheel on the left side and one small wheel on the right side. And actually, you know what's pretty cool about this? If you lift the door up, and you can see right there is a working flux capacitor. And the door is open, and actually, you can actually transform this into Back to the Future Part 2, which is what I'm going to show you guys right now. So the first step you want to do is you want to take the canister from Back to the Future 1 out, so you can add Mr. Fusion, and inside you've got like a can and a banana that Emmett Brown, that Doc used to fuel the car. And then remove these tubes here, and you're going to need to change out your license plate. So this is the Back to the Future Part 2 license plate. So you just take the fence off the back. You're going to take this piece off the back. And then you're going to pop this out with the original license plate. It says out of time. And then you're going to snap the new plate in and rebuild the back end. And should be able to, and if my calculations are correct, I should be able to do this correctly.
Connor, is it possible you can tilt your camera down a little bit so we can see what you're actually doing?
On this computer, I can't, but I can actually show you.
Well, then when you're working, can you hold it up in the air while you're working?
The actual car itself is too heavy, but I can actually show you the smaller pieces.
Okay.
Jake. So you've got the new back bumper here with the futuristic one. This thing is heavy. So you're going to snap this on the back end, just like so. You're going to take this piece and you're going to attach it back on. And then this piece you're going to want to remove, so you can add this futuristic back piece. And what you're going to need to do here is that you're going to take this piece out, and then there's two silver pieces of these, so you're going to have to take them off so you can install Mr. Fusion. So, and then what you're going to do is you're going to want to, actually, you're going to want to put, you want to take Mr. Fusion off, put this piece on first. Just like so. Just gonna put the back end on. And now is when you install Mr. Fusion. And what you have to do is you have to carefully connect these little vents on the back. So, hold on a second. It's very tedious to get these pieces to fit together because you have to reuse some of them. And then there's a little piece back here. So you're going to want to install it right here. That's where the vent is going to go. And if you guys are wondering where I got the small wheels from, I'll answer that question later. So, and also what you want to do is that you want to, here's the coolest part about this car is that if you actually flip the tires, you can transform it into hover mode. Like, and you can recreate the movie as well, and you can recreate the movie. So that is Back to the Future Part 2. So now what I'm going to show you next is I'm going to show you how to transform it into Back to the Future Part 3. And well, actually, Lego did give me the directions to change this car between all 3 movies. The reason why I don't have a manual right now is because I've memorized it all in my brain. So what you want to do is you're going to take the bonnet or hood. You're going to take these 2 pieces off, and then you're going to carefully remove this. On the inside here, there's these 2 little panels. And what you want to do with these panels is you're going to flip them the other way, so that the side that doesn't have the indent is going to have them here. And this is where we come to the famous Pepsi box, because if you guys watch Back to the Future Part 3, the car runs out of, the car Marty whips the fuel line, and there's not going to be there's no gas station because we're in the year 1885. So, and also under the hood, I forgot to show you this, but there's little accessories. There's a little plutonium chamber from Back to the Future 1, and a little hoverboard that Marty McFly uses in the second film. And those are actually, they set on jumpers, so you can easily remove them for role play. And it also comes with the UCS plaque that Lego has been using with these other cars, with its newest creator expert cars in its lineup. There we go. So now you're going to take this hood bonnet and you're just going to snap it on the front. So the back of the car stays the same, but what is affected is that in the movie, Doc says that it destroyed the flying circuits and the car would never fly again. So what you want to do is you're going to take these pieces out and replace them with these 50s wheels. So you just snap it on like that. And what you want to do is at the same spot that you attach the other wheels, you attach it here. Like that. And you do the same thing to all 4 wheels. Just like so. It's kind of hard to get these like Lego wheels to get into the right place, but if you know how to work with Lego tires, and if you work with Lego builds that involve cars in general, then you should be a pro at this. So we've got the light. So the right side is now complete. So now we're gonna do the left side. So for this car, it actually took me around like 4 to 5 hours to complete because it was so tedious. And if you guys see on the front, Lego didn't give me enough pieces. That's why it's clear here, but there's no piece here. And so that's why I'm gonna go to the Lego store sometime in the near future, so I could get that part replaced, so it could look like a complete set. Yeah, Lego builds these like tedious things that you have to like construct, but once you get the hang of building it, once you get the hang of building small sets, you can work your way up to the bigger ones. And it's pretty fun, like how much playability that you can get with this, because the term Lego means play well in Danish. So you just have one last tire to change. And you can also, like, if you also buy the Volkswagen T2 camper van bus, you can also recreate the scene. You can also recreate the Twin Pines Mall scene. And what they've actually got that I have neglected to show you guys yet is the lightning rod. So what you do is you take this piece here, stick it on here, and what you do with it is that there's a little piece here, and you just attach it, and now you've got a setup from Back to the Future 1, where Marty has to drive the car towards the clock tower, and the lightning bolt gets electricity from the lightning bolt travels from the clock tower into here directly into the flux capacitor, and it sends it back to 1985. So there we go. We have the completed version of all 3 Back to the Future cars. So that is, and the other, so that's all that I have to present today. So, do you guys have any questions or comments that you would like to ask me?
Sure, yeah, I have lots of questions. This was awesome, Connor. I don't know how you've done that. How long ago have you started, like when did you start building things with Legos?
I believe that my first Lego set that I got was in like 2011 or 20, like from like 2009 or 2011. So I've been building Legos for like over a decade.
Wow.
And my first Lego set was, I was like, no, I can't do this. I don't want to build it. And then now I can build almost anything. In fact, the Lego just released, this is not only it's this, but Lego has released a Hogwarts Express train that you can actually, if you have like the Lego City tracks, you can actually use it on your layouts. And they just released a bigger version that's $500. And they also released the Titanic, which is like $650, and it's 9,090 pieces. So if this set took me like 4 to 5 hours to build, that set will probably take me like 2 to 5 days at most, 2 being the minimum, because you can actually split the build between family members, so you have less work to do. And if you guys are wondering so this is the 2018 Hogwarts Express, and they actually retired this set at the end of last year. So the only way you could find these is on Amazon for a ridiculous price. So it's got like an opening cold tender, and you've also asked. What I tried to make it realistic, added working side rods. So as the train goes around the tracks, you can you have a realistic version. And the other, so you have any other questions of how I got the small wheels?
Yes, how did you get this?
So I got the small wheels from this little race car here, and you know what's the special thing about this is that the wheels can fold just like the DeLorean can. So this car can actually fly, and as you can see, the big wheels that I've used can actually like, that I've actually used are like, they have a bigger like radius. They have like a bigger diameter. So if you put this on like a road, it's not like tilted like this. It's more keen to like tilted like that. And this is from the Hidden Side series. And another set that I got from the Hidden Side series was the Ghost Train Express. So if you push this, there's a level at the top. Engine's got wings. It's pretty cool. And there's actually a mobile app that goes with it. So do you guys have, so any questions about how, where can you pick this set? Where can you pick the set up? And if you have this set, how long does it take you to like do it? Like build it between the 3 different movies?
Yeah, let us know.
Mm-hmm. So you can pick this. So you can pick these sets up at like any Lego store with that's in your area, and essentially for the part switch out, it usually takes about like 2 to 3 minutes because this thing has a lot of pieces, and if you drop it, you're gonna spend minutes to like 30 minutes to possibly 2 hours rebuilding it, because there's like so many little pieces that you have to fix. And this set also comes with two minifigures. It comes with Marty McFly from wearing his thing in like the second movie, and you've also got Doc in his yellow suit because he was in a radiation suit in the first movie. And actually, what I want to do is that I actually want to get a job working at Lego, designing the new generation of Lego sets, because after all, our generation is our future.
Eliana, do you like Legos yourself?
I do. Like sometimes I have like a box of Legos in my room that sometimes I would play around with maybe. Usually I build like the same car every time, and then I take it apart, throw back in the bin, and then maybe like a week later I build it again.
Mm-hmm.
That is some very
So
good.
now you have the expert there, Connor. Maybe you can ask him to give you a piece of advice or something. Because, would you like him to?
I guess yes, because every time I build it, usually I like putting like a slide in it, and every time I do that, it like falls down, so it can't like go anywhere.
So guys, so if you're actually wondering about the minifig, so here is Marty McFly, and he actually has double faces, and here is Doc in his seat, so you could be like, Marty, you gotta come back with me. Well, Back to the Future. And then with a call, you could actually recreate the scenes. And in fact, the best thing about these gull-wing doors is that since they gave you like small minifigs, you can actually have them sit inside the car, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately, if you guys are asking, most of the other sets that Lego does besides the Fiat 500 what the problem is that since this car has the ability to turn into hover mode, there's no steering. So that's why on the car there's just a static steering wheel. And also, if I show you here, they've actually got like there's a little gear shifter right here, and then behind that is the time circuits box. So you can't really see it that well, but there's a panel with 3 time circuits. The red one's where you're going, the green one is where you are, and the yellow one is where you work. Or in other words, last time departed. So all of these are set. So the first one says October 26, 1985, 1:21 a.m. So that's when Doc sent his dog Einstein 1 minute into the future. And so and it also says current time is October 26, 1985, 1:22 a.m. And the last time departed was 1:20 a.m. It's kind of cool. And I was wondering that I was actually like hoping that Lego would like give us like different of these like panels, so that way you can like have them different from the movie. So if you can see it, it's a little blurry, but it should come up. Yeah. So I was hoping that like Lego can make like different ones, so that way you can make different scenes, so that you can make like different interior shots from different movies. So that's why I want to become a designer at Lego. And fun fact, the original car, they used 3 versions of the car. The A car, it's different types of cars. The first car, the A model, the Model A, it had great interior. It had a great interior, so it was used for the interior shots. The Model B had great driving ability, but a not so great interior, so they used that for the driving scenes. And the third car, the Model C, was basically just used as like, it has like bare metal, and it was used for the flying scenes. So CGI was not invented yet, so they had to like pull it up. They had to like hoist the car up on lifts and just move it around the set. It was because it was Hollywood in the 80s. Well, what else were you gonna do? So do you guys have any other questions regarding the build? Or just regarding me in general?
I actually do. So what made you want to like start building these things?
So actually what kickstarted me into started making these cars is that when I saw these like big cars that Lego was doing, they call it the Creator Expert cars, which is what the Delorean is. That it basically, my mind at the time was like, no, I can't do that. So I was sticking to like the Lego City cars instead. And then eventually when I purchased the Fiat 500, which was around like 500 pieces, it was actually pretty big. And that's what controlled me to like build, compelled me to build other cars. So I have a red pickup truck, a 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback, a T2 camper van bus, Optimus Prime. Yes, they made the Optimus Prime, and the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, which is the kingpin of my collection. So basically, I actually lost one funny story. I actually lost one of the bottom headlights, and my mom went to go buy a new one, and then I found the original. So now we just have an extra one sitting around. Good stuff. So anyway, so I was actually going to show you guys the UCS plaque. So this is the plaque, and we've got different types. So it's got manufacturer, Dr. E. Brown Enterprises. The year was 1985. It had 1.21 gigawatts, which is basically like the speed of, which is like the electricity of a bolt of lightning makes, and as he claims it. The fuel is plutonium, and its activation speed is 88 miles per hour. I actually have another UCS set called the from the 60s TV show, The Batman. And that car has its own UCS plaque. So each of these cars get their own credited UCS plaque, but it's the only ones that are like that were made for movies or TV shows that get them. So I was actually kind of surprised that the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, it was supposed to come with like new Ghostbusters. It was supposed to come with like minifigs, but since it was made so early in the Ghostbusters Afterlife making, they just decided not to include any minifigures or UCS plaque. So I actually converted that car into looking like Ghostbusters 1. So what I did is that you have rust stickers that you put on. So I initially put the rust. I initially didn't didn't put the rust stickers on. And I actually changed like I changed the ladder position from the left side of the car to the right side because of the movie, they needed that so that the royalty door can open, so that the door could open back, so that the door on the right side could open up backwards, and you have the gunner seat. So to make it look like the first movie, truly, you have to get rid of the gunner seat, add an entirely different interior to the back of the car, remove a little RTV, the remote trap vehicle, out of there, and just completely rework it. But I made it work on aesthetics, not mechanics. So if you guys had, I got one last question to ask you. So if you guys had to wait, actually I'm currently attending classes at South Windsor High School. I'm in 10th grade. So I've got one last question to ask you guys. If you had to give this call rating on a scale of 1 to 10, what would it be?
Oh, a 10 for sure. That's awesome.
What about you, Elena?
I'd probably give it a 10.
Mm-hmm. So thank you guys for having me and listening to my awesome presentation for my first time of the Back to the Future DeLorean Time Machine.
Thank you.
And I hope you guys have a good night.
Okay, it was really good. Thank you very much, Connor.
I love your energy, Connor. It's infectious. I could watch you explain Legos all day long. I mean, really, your passion for Legos came through, and you're just, yeah, it's really quite commendable what you've done with them. And I will write to the Lego Foundation for you and tell them to hire you, as you would be the next great designer for them for sure.
Thanks. So
Thank you.
Jake, what did you think of the presentation? I would agree with you too.
I think you have great communication skills. I'm convinced about that. Very good job.
Connor, you did a terrific job. You're very personable. You get your points across very well. And hey, who doesn't love Back to the Future?
Yeah, who doesn't love it? It's the best movie that Steven Spielberg ever produced.
He's the one that got me into Legos. So
My sister actually got introduced to Lego in like 2017 or 2018 with like Lego friends and stuff.